Boys and girls, welcome back for another story. I have asked some of my little friends for some of their favourite stories, and this is the first one. It's a Little Miss story. It's called Little Miss Lucky and the Naughty Pixies, and this belongs to Lois. So Lois, I hope you enjoy your story today. Little Miss Lucky, as I'm sure you know, is the luckiest person in the whole world. When she goes out for a walk, she always finds a pound coin lying on the grass. Wish I found a pound coin every time I went out. She never gets caught in the rain. Look, the rain's coming down on everybody else, but not Little Miss Lucky. And even when things go wrong, she is lucky. The other week, she locked herself out of Horseshoe Cottage, where she lives, and guess who should come round the corner? Mr. Latchkey, the locksmith. My goodness, that was lucky. However, last week, strange things started to happen to Little Miss Lucky. The sort of things that never normally happen to her. Unlucky things. She walked under a ladder and a pot of paint fell on her head. Splat! Oh no. When she was walking down the high street, she fell into an open manhole. Oh, that's very unlucky. And as she was passing by someone's garden, she was soaked by a sprinkler. Splash. Poor Little Miss Lucky. Can you see somebody poking their head out there? Who do you think that is? I bet you Lois knows. Little Miss Lucky could not understand what was going on. But have you noticed anything? Have you noticed anyone nearby when these unlucky things happen? That's right. Some small troublemakers are playing tricks on her. And do you know who they are? I tell you, they are pixies. Very naughty pixies. Let's have a little look back when these unlucky things started to happen. So there, when she's walking under the ladder, can you see the pixie? Oh, there's the pixie. And when she fell down the manhole, there's the pixie. And we already spotted the pixie peeping out of the hedge there. So here are the naughty pixies. Poor Little Miss Lucky did not know that pixies were to blame though. She thought that her luck had run out. She was so worried that she went to see Dr. Make-You-Well. We've met Dr. Make-You-Well in another story. But the doctor was not there, and nobody knew what had happened to him. More bad luck, thought Little Miss Lucky to herself. What has happened to Dr. Make-You-Well? Look, he's had a puncture in his tyre. The next day, she paid another visit to Dr. Make-You-Well's surgery. But again, he was not there. Double bad luck. 2 tyres have gone flat. He's got 2 punctures. And look. 2 little pixies. Was there a pixie the last day? Look, hiding behind the tree. So the pixies are out causing more mischief. On her way home, Little Miss Lucky met Little Miss Wise and explained to her how she had run out of luck. I suspect, suggested Little Miss Wise, that it is not so much a case of bad luck as somebody playing tricks on you. Somebody like Mr. Mischief, for instance. That's a good idea, but I don't think she's right. The more little Miss Lucky thought this over, the more she hoped that little Miss Wise was right. That evening, she devised a plan to catch the culprit. She sprinkled flour on the floor around her bed before she went to sleep. What do you think her plan is? She's put flour all around her bed. I think she's going to do some baking. Let's see. In the middle of the night, while little Miss Lucky was fast asleep, those naughty pixies crept into her house. Their first naughty deed was to swap the sugar in the sugar bowl with the salt in the salt cellar. Then the pixies sneaked upstairs and left the largest alarm clock you have ever seen on little Miss Lucky's bedside table. Very early the next morning, little Miss Lucky was rudely awoken by the most awful noise. Clang, 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 rang the giant alarm clock. Little Miss Lucky's ears were ringing. When she looked down at the floor, there was a trail of flowery footprints for her to follow out of her door and down the stairs. Flowery footprints that were much too small to be Mr. Mischief's. Well, that was a good plan. And, as I'm sure you can guess, those flowery footprints led little Miss Lucky all the way to where the pixies lived. The pixies were so surprised and worried at being caught that they promised there and then never to play another trick on little Miss Lucky. Little Miss Lucky left feeling very happy, knowing that she was just as lucky as she had always been. When she got home, she made herself a well-earned breakfast. Eggs on toast and a pot of tea. She was so busy thinking about the pixies that, without realising, little Miss Lucky poured salt in her tea and sugar on her eggs. But you and I know that she didn't, did she? Because of the naughty pixie's nighttime tricks, her breakfast was not spoiled. Now, that's what I call lucky. So I hope you enjoyed that one. So Lois, thank you very much for lending us this book. And we'll have to see what our next stories are. So thank you very much, Lois, and I miss you. See you later.